this guy. Tell me how you're feeling here. You're screaming.
I am stoked, baby.
You're screaming like it's still the game going on.
We're talking about the fightings here. The fightings. Said.
Said, Mike.
I had to do it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. The Phillies, they get a huge win in extra innings in this first game of the series against the New York Mets. Ranger Suarez, I thought, had a brilliant game today. He was pitch per pitch with Max Scherzer in tonight's game. The Phillies, they had a lot of hits in this game. They didn't have the clutch hits against Max Scherzer, but Ranger Suarez kept them in it. And the defense, what's that, Keith Fernandez? The defense, the Phillies aren't a watchable team. Well, I'm watching Matt Vierling in the bottom of the ninth inning, doubling up Starling Marte to send the game into extra innings at home plate. I don't know why the Mets decided to send Starling Marte there and go for word. Starling Marte with a terrible throw in the outfield, not able to get Bryson Stott out, who had a fantastic game, might I add you. Bryson Stott had a fantastic game today. Can't get him out at home plate in the top of the 10th. And David Robertson in the bottom of the 10th seals the deal and gets the save. And got a huge win. Woo! I am pumped. Was I frustrated in the lack of the clutch hits tonight? Yeah, I definitely was. But I wasn't worried. For some reason, I was not worried. Because Ranger kept them in. The bullpen kept them in. I felt like the more chances they got, they were eventually going to cash in. And what can I say about the defense? Alec Bohm had another fantastic play in this game. My God. Alec Bohm? Keith, you watching this, Keith? Oh, I'm sorry. You're in St. Louis. You're in St. Louis right now. Oh boy. I can't get over that. That was a fantastic win. A fantastic win by this Phillies team. Fantastic. Offense, I thought overall the offense was good. I thought the offense was good. You were lacking that clutch hit, though. They were lacking the clutch hit. Alec Bohm was the only guy to drive in the RBIs in this game. He drove in an RBI in the top of the first inning after a Bryson Stott leadoff double. And then he drives in Bryson Stott again with a sac fly in the top of the 10th. And those are the only runs of the Phillies. But they do have shares of chances throughout this ball game. They had bases loaded in the top of the second inning, 2 outs. Alec Bohm, he wasn't able to cash in that situation. Rhys Hoskins had a couple of chances, wasn't able to come up in this game. Nick Castellanos had a chance. Derek Hall had a couple of chances. So there were chances for this Phillies team in this game. There were also chances for the Mets as well. The Mets were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, so the Mets also failed to cash in on their opportunities. A couple of bad defensive blunders as well by the Mets in this game too. You got, some just weird things happening with Cabrera over at third base. He has to get taken out of the ball game, I would assume, with an injury. And then this was just an unfortunate situation with Brandon Nimmo. It looked like Rhys Hoskins maybe scraped his finger of his throwing hand or something like that. So he needed to get taken out of the game. So the Mets had to make a couple of replacements through that. But you get like a base running blunder. What was it, in the 8th inning by Nito, which allowed Jose Alvarado to get out of that inning with a double play. There were a lot of double plays by the Phillies in this game. A lot of huge defensive plays in this game by the Phillies. Man, that was a fantastic game. Oh, boy. I loved every second of it. Man. Oh, man. This was a pitching duel, though. This was definitely a pitching duel. Ranger Suarez was doing his thing. Even though the Phillies were able to get hits off Max Scherzer, he didn't break. He didn't bend at all. He basically did not give up those many runs. He gave up that run in the top of the first inning, basically, to Alec Bohm's RBI single. Then the rest of the ball game, there were opportunities, but they weren't able to cash in. Ranger Suarez, he allowed that run in the bottom of the second inning. Defense and everything else. Also, Ranger Suarez with a couple of great defensive plays in this game as well. Caught a liner right off the bat of Francisco Lindor, I believe. Then he also leaped over to get a shallow ground ball. So there were a lot of great defensive plays in this game by the Phillies, and that Matt Vierling play in the ninth to basically save the ball game. I don't know why the Mets sent Marte. He was out by a mile, and it was a fantastic throw by Matt Vierling. Fantastic. Man, what a way to start this series, get the first win. My God, that was fun. That was really fun. So basically just going over the ball game, Bryson Stott was amazing. He was on base every single chance. Well, not every chance. He went 3 for 4, but he was on base basically 75% of the opportunities he got in this ball game. He also did get hit by a pitch, though, so he was up the plate 5 times. He was up the plate basically, what was it, like 4 out of 5 times, basically. The hit by pitch technically doesn't count as in a bat or something like that. But overall, yeah, it was a good game. Basically, tight game throughout a battle between both teams, and it was a very, very entertaining ball game. And like I said, coming into the series, if the Phillies were in it every single game, I would be okay with that. The Phillies were in it tonight, and they found a way to win. The Mets were in it too. Don't knock the Mets. They had their chances in this ball game as well. They battled at the same time, but the Phillies managed to come out on top. And now we got to move on to the rest of this series. You got the DeGrom tomorrow going up against Aaron Nola, a chance to win this series. You have a really good chance to win this series with Aaron Nola and Zack Wheeler on Sunday. You have a really good chance. I want to see this offense find a way to get those clutch hits and just continue doing what you're doing with the pitching. Just continue to do what you're doing. Just what a fantastic game overall. You did have that chance in the top of the second. Like I said, bases loaded. Weren't able to cash in that situation. Bottom second, Pete Alonso leads off with a walk. Darren Ruff, former Philly, he doubles. And then Mark Canha hits a sac fly to bring home that run. And then Ranger Suarez manages to get out of that situation. So basically, no harm, no done, I guess. But the run does score technically. Go to the rest of this ball game. The Phillies still had a couple of base runners top of the 4th inning. Matt Vierling got a 2-out single. Then Bryson Stott as well got a single. So you got a first and second situation, which Bryson Stott then eventually stole second base. So technically second and third for Rhys Hoskins. He flied out. There were a lot of pop-ups in this game as well on a lot of hittable pitches for the Phillies. Another double play for the Mets in the bottom of the 4th inning. Basically going through the rest of this ball game, Derek Hall had a single at the top of the 6th, and then eventually a double play happened for Jean Segura. It was really quiet going down into the later stages of this ball game. Not going to lie. Going into the top of the 8th, Nick Castellanos got a single. Nothing was able to happen there. He did steal second base, but Derek Hall and Jean Segura weren't able to catch him in at all. Jose Alvarado, after a Nido single, he managed to get a double play on a Nido base running blunder as he ran out of the base path because he got caught in between the play. So that turned into a double play for the Phillies. Then you go bottom 9. It looked like the Mets were going to walk it off, not going to lie, because, top of the 9th for the Mets, Edwin Diaz came out there. He was nasty, struck out 2 batters there. But then Serafini Dominguez comes in for the bottom of the 9th. He didn't bend and he didn't break. Leadoff double for Marte. Deep fly ball becomes a double. Francisco Lindor flies out the deep center, which moves Marte over to third. Phillies honestly make the right call to potentially walk Pete Alonso. Then Daniel Vogelbach comes up, and he hits a hard ball to left field, shallow left field. Matt Vierling makes the easy catch. And then for some reason, the Mets decide to send Starling Marte, who was out by a mile. I don't know why they tried to send him. He was gunned out by a mile. It was a fantastic throw by Matt Vierling, and Starling Marte was out by a mile. So Phillies go to extras. Rhys Hoskins, basically a chopper up the left field, left base side. And Stott moves over to third base because Stott was the ghost runner in extra innings. So Alec Bohm comes up with a runner on third. He hits a shallow fly ball to right field to Marte. Stott decides to tag on this play, but a terrible throw by Starling Marte gets through the infield, and Stott manages to score, giving the Phillies a 2-1 lead. Go to the bottom of the 10th. David Robertson out there on the mound with a ghost runner. Canha flew out, so that allowed Vogelbach to tag up to go to third base. So David Robertson had to strap up here. Had a tough at-bat against Naquin. Questionable call, definitely on the third strike, but the umpire was calling that the entire night. Strike 3 there. Second out of the inning. And then Guillorme decides to swing first pitch, grounds out right to Rhys Hoskins. Easy ground ball, hands it over to David Robertson, and the ball game ends there. Phillies win this game by a score of 2-1. They are now 63-49 on the year. And hell of a win by this Phillies team. A hell of a gutsy win. Looking at the lineup today, Bryson Stott, fantastic day. Moving into the leadoff spot in replace of Kyle Schwarber, who most likely is still going to be day-to-day. Jim Salisbury reported before the game that they talked to Kyle Schwarber. He was batting in the batting cage. He said he felt fine. He was in high spirits, so it looks like he's not going to go to the IL, which is a very good thing. I still don't expect Kyle Schwarber to play in this series, so they're most likely just going to take precaution in that situation. But hell, Bryson Stott had a fantastic day at the plate. He's 6 for 7 in his career against Max Scherzer. Max who? Max who, according to Bryson Stott? Man, Bryson Stott saw Max Scherzer very well in this game. Fantastic day to start in the leadoff spot for Bryson Stott. 2 runs scored as well. Rhys Hoskins goes 1 for 5. Alec Boehm goes 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs on the day. RBI single and a sac fly. JT struggled at the plate today, went 0 for 5 with a strikeout. Nick Castellanos, he had 2 singles in this game. He goes 2 for 4. Derek Hall went 1 for 4. Gene Segura goes 1 for 4. Brandon Marsh goes 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And Matt Vierling goes 1 for 4. Phillies 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They left 9 runners on base. In terms for the Mets, Nimmo goes 0 for 4, so that was huge for this team. Marte goes 1 for 4. Lindor goes 1 for 4. Pete Alonso goes 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Darren Ruff goes 1 for 3. Vogelbach in his 1 at bat goes 0 for 1. Mark Canha 0 for 2 with a walk. McNeil goes 0 for 1. Well, he came out of the ballgame eventually. Naquin eventually comes in for him, goes 0 for 3. Guillorme, he goes 1 for 4. And Thomas Nido goes 1 for 3. Over 7 runners in scoring position for the Mets. Leave out of runners on base. Go to Rangers Suarez. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run allowed, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts on 93 pitches. This was a huge game by Rangers Suarez. Defense helped him out a lot, and he also helped himself with his own defense. Honestly, for a Gold Glove for a pitcher, I feel like Ranger Suarez is going to win a Gold Glove eventually because he is a great defensive pitcher. Hell, he's one hell of an athlete there on the pitcher's mound. Makes everything look very nonchalant. And it's fun to watch Ranger do that. Jose Alvarado came in the 8th, did a good job. 8 pitches, got that double play with a Nito base running blunder. Straven Dominguez, he got barreled up a little bit, but he only threw 8 pitches. So that was a very quick bottom of the 9th inning. I'm not going to lie there. Thankfully, Matt Vierling saved the game in that situation in that ninth with a fantastic throw to home plate. David Robertson came into the bottom of the 10th, got struck out 11 pitches, and got the save. So, hey, the bullpen came up big for this team, even though Sir Anthony got more help from the defense than his pitching. Still overall very huge. Very, very, very huge. So, yeah, great win. Great win for this Phillies team. If we look at the rest of this series, like I said, tomorrow is going to be Aaron Nola going up against Jacob deGrom. And Jacob deGrom, his pitch count's going to be higher, even though I think the last couple of games he's had a pitch count. It's going to be a little bit higher, around the 90s. So if you can do today a little bit what you did to Max Scherzer, because the first 2 innings for Max Scherzer, you made him throw 40-plus pitches. The rest, he started to settle in. I know it's going to be very difficult to do that against deGrom. Try to figure out how to do that against deGrom. Thank you. And in Aaron Nola, hopefully he can go out there and shut the haters wrong about him not being able to pitch in big games. I want Aaron Nola to have a huge game tomorrow. Find a way to match deGrom. Ranger found a way to do that today against Max Scherzer. I want to see Aaron Nola do that tomorrow. I want to see Aaron Nola do that tomorrow and shut people up. And then Sunday afternoon, you're going to have Zack Wheeler going up against Chris Bassett at 1:40. You won the first game of the series. Now you have a chance to win the series the next 2 days. Let's see how that happens. And looking at the other scores from around baseball, you get the Padres. They are crushing the Nationals 10-2. The Cardinals, they are beating the Brewers 3-1, so that definitely helps the Phillies out in the wild card situation. Basically just pushing the Brewers away from both them and the Padres. So if we look at the wild card standings right now, Phillies with this win, they move themselves a game up on the Padres, but most likely the Padres, they're going to win tonight's game against the Nationals. So that'll move back to a half-game lead above the Padres in that second wild card spot. And the Brewers, if they lose and the Padres win, that'll most likely put them 2 games behind in the wild card race. So for the Brewers, how many upcoming games do they have against the Cardinals? Okay, so this is a very tough stretch for Milwaukee. Cardinals, these next 3 games. And then Dodgers for a 4-game series. That's going to be very tough. They mix in Chicago, But they played Dodgers after the Cardinals for 4 games, Cubs for 3 games, and then Dodgers again for 3 games, then Cubs again for 3 games. So that's going to be a very tough stretch for Milwaukee. Maybe it could get some good separation there in the standings. That would be very huge for this team. Very, 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 very huge. So yeah, definitely can't ask for any more than that. So if we go to the comments section, the live feed, we got Michael saying, let's fucking go. I definitely agree with that. And Nicholas says we're going to the World Series. I'm sure a lot of Phillies fans are hype after this win. Suarez feels like a third starter in a playoff. So yeah, Suarez definitely felt like he pitched in a playoff game today. That was huge by Ranger in this ball game. Ken says, well, I might say we might as well stay up until first pitch tomorrow because I'm not sleeping tonight. Bite me, Hernandez. Oh, there were so many Keith Hernandez things during this ball game. My God. All the, like, Alec Bohm made that fantastic play at third base. The play by Matt, just overall, the defense in this game was so spectacular. Spectacular. Pitching, defense, and more pitching. Can't say anything more from Scott Lewis. Exactly. Ring the bell, go Phillies, basically from Corey there. Mets, this is not the same Phillies team in May. Guess they found out tonight. KC, the fellow Mets fan in the chat. Sup, man? Got to get driving home, but good game. You guys played like you wanted it. Mets came out flat. Phillies deserve the win as one. Not sure if you'll be going when I get home, so if not, GG. Oh, yeah, good games, KC. Good games. All love here in the chat. All love here. Mets, it was a battle basically throughout the entire thing, and the Phillies found a way to come out on top. So it was a battle. It's going to be a battle this entire series. DeGrom, Nola tomorrow, then Bassett, Wheeler on Sunday. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a very fun rest of the series, and I can't wait for the rest of it. With all this pitching from both teams, there might not be more than 10 runs total. Yeah, this is going to be a pitching series. Definitely. I can't wait for it. Scherzer looks somewhat mortal. Yeah, he definitely looks somewhat mortal. He definitely wasn't his dominant Scherzer self, but he still managed to get himself out of jams. So that's basically just Max Scherzer in a nutshell for you. Mr. W says he's still so hype. Holy. Scott says he admits he was wrong, wanted Gene to lead off instead of Stott. I know I'm fired. Honestly, I love the move to put Bryson Stott in the leadoff spot. I love Rob Thompson giving his young guy that confidence. I know Gene Segura has the ability to lead off, but I know his career numbers in the leadoff spot just aren't that good. So I love the chance that he gave the Bryson Stott, and Bryson Stott took off and run with it. Keep it the same for tomorrow until Schwarber comes back. Basically right there. I loved what Stott did today. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Alec Bohm, the young guys, the daycare stepped up in this game. I love it. Alec Bohm, Bryson Stott, defense. Ooh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Mets fans have been saying they wanted some good games from this team for like a week before this series, and guess what? They're getting them. Good game, one so far. Hopefully the rest are just exactly. Hernandez got mossed. I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Exactly. But yeah, this is a great start to the series. Definitely great start. But I think I'm going to call it early here tonight, boys. Went on for 20 minutes right here. I'm going to play another video just to show the hype for the before we end it off here.
Yeah, stoked, Steve!
Hey, listen to this guy. Tell me how you're feeling here. You're screaming.
I am stoked, baby!
You're screaming like it's still the game going on.
We're talking about the fightings here. The fightings! Said, Mike.
That video never gets old. That video never gets old. So we're going to call it here, boys. So I appreciate everyone that joins the live feed as always. So do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I like to read those. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description below. Painted Lines, BrodesMedia. I recommend all of that. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It goes a very long way. And do not forget to use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Use it for any upcoming Phillies game or any other event you can think of. It's a great deal. Do not pass it up. Code TTPSPORTS at SeatGeek, $20 off your first purchase is a great deal. And with that, thank you everyone once again for joining the live feed, and I will see you next.